Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the EIDL fund through the SBA program. I know that the grant and everything is over with, but if you are an independent contractor or you're looking to get extra funds for your business, this video is for you. So just a quick recap real quick before we get started. The advance requests, meaning the extra money, were stopped on July 11th of 2020, but you can still process your claim, and it is a first come first served basis. Normally takes between 3 and 7 business days typically in a perfect world, so just let you know, heads up on that. But this video will give you a step-by-step process on how that's done, so let's get right into it and let's follow along together. So assuming that you click the link that I have down below in the description, you're going to be brought to this main page here under where it says Disaster Loan Assistance. On the first area, you're going to be under the Disclosure and Eligibility Entity Verification. You're going to see a couple of radio buttons, and that is basically going to indicate which one is going to be best suited for you. But if you do not have an EIN number, or you are not an LLC and you are just a gig worker, then you're going to want to click the third option where it says applicant is an individual who operates under a sole proprietorship with or without employees as an independent contractor. That will work about 95% of the time. So again, if you do not have an LLC or business number, then that one's going to be for you. And let's go on to the next one. So then going on to the next step at the bottom, it's going to be a review and check all the following. These are basic common sense questions, but again, if for whatever reason you cannot check all of them, then you won't be eligible for any of the money. The next is going to be the part where you have to put in your business information, and that's going to be pretty much common sense. You're going to be putting your business legal name. So if you have a business, you're going to put it under that business name. If not, you are just going to put your name in as shown. So we're just going to put our name, and then last name, and then you're just going to put your name again in the box. You're going to put in your social security number if you're a gig worker. Again, if you are a business, you're going to put your EIN number in there. That is important to remember. If you are doing it as a gig worker and you don't have an LLC or EIN number, then you're going to want to put your social security number in. So we're going to do that next. Then organization type. So depending on what you are going to put in here depends again on your business. Is the applicant a nonprofit organization? No. And is the applicant a franchise? No. So this next part that's very important is going to be your gross revenue for 12 consecutive months and also the cost of your goods. So for this example, we're going to put that my rideshare business was $50,000 gross, but it cost me $20,000 in expenses. So that is very important. You're going to want to put your amount that you did. This is just an example, but still you want to keep your gross higher than your expenses. And we'll just move on to the next step. Now the next steps are optional because the boxes that are in red are mandatory. So the next boxes are going to ask you nonprofit, agricultural, cost of operation. We're going to leave that blank because that does not apply to us. And then compensation for other resources received, we're going to leave that blank. And then provide brief description. Well, if we skip the other two, then we don't need a brief description on that. If you're a gig worker, you're going to put your own address where you get mail. All right, then once you put in your address of where you live and you put in your telephone number, then you're going to go down to the bottom where it's going to ask for a business email and also your date of birth and when the company was started. So I just put my own personal email in because I don't have a business email. I put my date of birth, and then I also put the date that the company was started. And then it's going to ask for the business activity. So now it depends on what your business does. Do you sell cakes? Do you do DJ? Are you on Turo, or do you do Uber or Lyft as a gig work? So then what I'm going to put for my rideshare business, I'm then going to go down and I'm going to put in transportation. Then the next box will be detailed business activity. So what I'm going to put down below, then I'm going to put for my rideshare business under transportation, limousine and transportation. Number of employees for your business, you put how many employees you have. And then for your gig work, I'm just going to put 1. Then we'll move on to the next one. So once we're done, you're going to select next. I'm going to put your name in the first box, last name in the other box, your personal cell phone number or business number if you're putting this under as a business. And then you're going to get down to the next box. Then it'll ask if you are a U.S. citizen. We're going to select yes. That's basically it. It's going to take you to one more page, and it's going to ask you common questions. Was this business listed under or owned and operated or convicted of any felony? No. Then it'll ask you a couple other questions. You're going to click yes or no. Then once you get to the final step, once you're done with that, guys, it basically takes you to one more page, and it's going to tell you a couple of yes or no questions, and they're common sense. It's going to say, you know, have you or the business been convicted of any felonies? You click no, obviously. Once those questions are done, then you're going to go down to the bottom, and it's going to ask if anyone else helped you with this application. If they did, then put in their information. If not, you move on to the next step, which will be your bank name, routing and checking number of where you want the funds to go to so they can verify that. Then the bottom part will say, I have read and agreed to all the terms and perjury and all the other stuff, and you're going to click that radio button. Then once that is all done, you will have submitted your application. Again, I hope this was very helpful for you guys. If you have any questions at all, please comment down below, and I will see you guys next time in the video.